Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I go by Lune, INNATE, and what I'm creating for you tonight for the collective is a gentle video to support you chilling out, right? Like getting in a good headspace, drifting off to sleep, or just kind of aligning, right? A little bit of meditative, a little bit of what meditation feels like, bringing ourselves in. But for those of you who are open to it, I am an energy worker. I'm an esoteric healing arts practitioner and teacher. If you'd like to find out how to take classes with me and stuff like that, you can find that in the links below or visit my website, which is luneinate.com. If you're looking for more informative videos, you can find them on Patreon. I do a lot of content over there each month. The Zodiac one that you get anyway here on YouTube, but early access there, as well as a teaching video combined with a session, as well as a 2-hour long form, predominantly point of view session that people are always asking me for point of views, and I do them once a month over on Patreon, the long ones too. To bring it back to our intro here, the intention that I'm working with through this video as energy work by proxy, as if you're not even open to that, but some type of communication with your subconscious, some mental programming, or just food for thought, of course the intentions are always to support and honor your free will, to never impose, but just to share some ideas or concepts. Our theme today is focused on, I don't have a better title for it other than lovers, to see what comes up through that. Relationships, partnerships, so perhaps enhancing the relationship that you may presently be in. Or, I don't want to say calling your lover to you, because I think that can sound a bit disempowering and as if we're just like waiting for someone to show up. I'd really like to take an approach with this session of releasing these preconceived formally established patterns and expectations, and approach the concept of a relationship dynamic and true unison and true equality and true support and true soulmate, beneficial, supportive relationship qualities in a way that is very new to us, right? We've closed a lot of cycles. We've closed a lot. We've finished a lot of patterns. There's no need to keep entering these spaces from disempowerment or bringing old baggage necessarily. We can work through things. We can communicate. We can share. We can be vulnerable. We can hold people and allow us to hold people to hold us, right? So I really want to address this this really fresh start of an approach to this. If I can spit this out, oh my gosh, bear with me here, right? So let's start with our candle. Alright, so I do have my big bag of roses here. And a few of these petals are like a pinkish, kind of purpley color. So I'm just going to take one of those. There we go. And I'm going to crumple it up. I'm going to break it up. And I'm going to sprinkle it a little bit. I'm losing some, and I'm going to stuff some down the sides here, because this is a tiny candle and I don't want to overpower it either. add 2 drops of this Venus oil. Some rose quartz pieces. We're doing a little extra for this, you know? I think it warrants it. As well as some carnelian for that true connection, that emotional connection, and passion, and instinct, unspoken communication perhaps. Or the nonverbal, rather, is a way to say that, nonverbal communication. And some howlite. Kind of, I want to say, access this dream, you know? To access this dreamy space, this space of, you know, I want to say fantasy, and I don't mean like, we want to break down the incredibly high expectations, the unwavering expectations perhaps, the falseness, expecting someone to meet like every single thing, right? But there's something really beautiful about fantasy, as in this mental creation or this play or this recognition where you could be in a dream, and even if the person looks like someone else to you, there's a recognition, a soul level, a dream level, an energy level. And of course the howlite also provides just that kind of like chilled out approach as well. Got some sandalwood incense matches. And we're just gonna light this. Alright, so on behalf of your and my and everyone else's highest and greatest good, in perfect comfort, in perfect alignment, our intention is balance, harmony, alignment, empowerment, rest, and rejuvenation. But if you want to go a little deeper or a little more specific, we want to work with breaking down these, old patterns, these ways of thinking that love should be that have been imposed on us. These, if it might be a pattern for you of kind of falling into the same situation, as an example, or it might be a pattern of you expecting someone to be absolutely perfect, right? Because are you? I know I'm not, right? So we want to enhance communication. We want to enhance the honesty, vulnerability, sharing. We want to break down any blockages or feelings of unworthiness in terms of love, right? We want to enhance our present relationships, the love we have for ourselves, of course, as well, if you'd like to work with this as self-love. But, I think a lot of us are looking for love, or, want someone for this end of the world party here, whatever. I hope you know I'm playing, but I know you get it too, right? And just support the alignment of you with your most perfect for you partner. Those experiences, those shared responsibilities, those logical, grounded, secure, like true security, true support, true love, true encouragement, true freedom still as well, right? The experiences you may have, perhaps you're in a relationship and you're looking to heighten it or take it to the next level. I don't want to be entirely too specific, but there is certainly an element of out with the old, and in with what is more aligned to these times, to your maturity, to your growth, to what will truly support you in your life, and that you can support as well, that you know as well what you bring to the table, and that is as equally important as what someone else is going to do for you, right? So if you'd like to have a look at this little flame here and set your own intention, call to you your, lover, partner, whether it's for the future or one you're with now, and set intentions. Of course, please don't try to call someone to you who is not interested. Please honor everyone else's free will as well. Okay. Perhaps you'd like to set intentions for some kind of dream experience, clarity regarding your love life, so we're just going to do a little cleansing first with this gardenia. Gardenia water, cologne. Chose gardenia for its kind of floral, romantic energy. Maybe some of you are just looking for more romance in your life. Again, more passion. Going to use this gorgeous rattle by the Rattle Maker on Etsy. Cannot recommend enough. I love these. I'm going to turn down the sensitivity a bit here, and we're going to focus on the back. So I'm going to start at the back of the neck here, back of the head, addressing the Seel chakra, addressing all those imposed times are just so different. I'm not trying to tell you what you think or what you believe love or relationships like is necessarily wrong. I don't mean to say that. But for those of you who do have these like patterns or beliefs, or how you saw your parents, I know that my parents' relationship certainly had a huge effect on me, and what I put up with so much in my life, my earlier years and stuff. So I want to just address like the past and the experiences we've had, whether this is movies, media, friendships we've seen and their relationships, our parents, our grandparents, even a kind of karmic family knot that might be happening if it does come up, right? So just focusing on the back of the head here. And down the neck. Shoulders. Down the back, spine. I'm focused on the lower small of the back, basically the back of the sacrum. Down to the roots. And I'm going to focus in the knees. The hips. The knee again. The ankles. The palms. Elbow. Shoulder. Across the chest to the heart. Up the shoulder. Elbow. And palm. And this is to focus on the channels, the meridians, the heart space as well, and your ability to give and receive and share and be affectionate, right? And receive that and receive those compliments and the reciprocity of it all. Okay, so I do have a good amount of stones to show you. I'll start with rose quartz because it's kind of obvious. So this is a gorgeous, gemmy rose quartz piece, a big chunk. Absolutely beautiful. It's very loving, kind of obvious, right? Soft, soothing, very good for self-love. So you can't really have love without self-love. And I don't mean that if you don't love yourself that you are unlovable. That's not what I mean. But you won't let yourself receive it is kind of a way to say it. Kind of brings us back in alignment with our heart, pulls it back in a little bit, supports compassion, but of course more so even compassion with ourselves, right? So if you're reflecting on past relationships and, oh my gosh, like, how did I let that happen? Or why did I act that way? Or why did I let someone bring that out in me? Whatever, let's let that go. Let's focus on a new door, a new time, a new paradigm of potential. I have this kind of composite piece that Andre sent me that I'm sure he polished himself. And this has some gorgeous green epitote in it. And I love epitote for relationships. It's very fertile, it's very lush, it's very, what is the word I'm looking for? Like abundant, prosperous even. So that we can add those intentions into this relationship. We want the relationship to be supportive in all aspects, your financial aspects as well. Joining resources, perhaps eventually, or just allowing yourself to receive love in the many ways that reaches you through the universe. And, money is a form, not just money, but like comfort and security, prosperity, of course. So, epitote. It was probably a jasper or something. Yeah, like a red jasper maybe, and some other jasper. This little rhodochrosite slice, or seer stone rather. Really good for heart healing, heart activations. And I love the concept of activations with this, and activations of love. Just feeling it moving through you, knowing how limitless that loving energy of the universe can be, of source, of earth, like Mother Earth. It's a cutie. I forget the name of this. It's like that gorgeous orange kind of cubic stone that begins with a V, like barcerite, something like that. But it's quite organized, and I think that love should kind of fit well with us, right? Like, maybe you live in opposite ends of the world, right? Like, that can happen. That's not exactly what I mean. But in terms of how you feel and how you communicate and how you support one another and how you're willing to do more and receive more. And of course that's shared. There's harmony between that. So I just really love the structure of this. It's creative as well. The 1 + 1 = 2, but when two come together, there's usually a third thing. It might not be a child, but it could be just the dynamic of the relationship. So I just like the supportive kind of growth and organization, creative energy, planning, longevity that this feels like it kind of holds for me. It's super pretty, right? Right. This was a gift actually from Queen of Serene. How amazing, right? It's called calligraphy stone. It's a type of jasper that's made out of fossil, or it's like a fossil stone. So cool. I absolutely love these. You can see these like rad markings. And This is four-sided, for structure, for stability, right? We're not really calling it a booty call here. You know, looking for like that real feeling. Not to knock, you know, the little stuff either, right? But anyway, with this fossil energy, I really wanted to bring in like the past lives, the past experiences, and not necessarily in any way relive these experiences that didn't get worked out the first time, but more so draw from the knowledge of those experiences to recognize one another if this is the case for you, to invite synchronicities, to invite the consciousness to pick up on these synchronicities that will be inarguable for you. Like so duh, right? You might even fight it at first, and you're like, oh, I can't deny this. So I don't know, kind of karmic, past life, ancient love. And again, not repeating old things, but more so the recognition and the knowledge of those experiences, pulling in the lessons of those past lives, of all the lovers you've had in all your lives, if you're open to that kind of stuff, and just pulling all that information to your consciousness, your higher consciousness, your subtle consciousness, your subconscious, and extracting, or rather allowing to come to the surface that which would be most appropriate, that information, those skills, that knowledge that's most supportive for you in your life with this theme. Okay. Have another carnelian, which we already did put in our candle, but again, for the same reasons we put it in the candle, those connections, those cords, that primal, you know, you can be asexual, it's not what I'm trying to say, but you know, you feel it in your body, you feel the attraction, whether or not you're, you know, again, like looking for that or not, you feel it, you feel the attraction, the magnetism, the cord, you know, the healthy, vibrant cord of vital force between you and this person, you and your present partner, or one that comes in for you, comes in with you, that you meet with, and just really working with that, and that instinct, and those emotions, and I don't know, just that kind of stuff, right? That back and forth there. And finally, this is a angel phantom, I believe is what you call it. I want to say it's like a hematite phantom in this quartz. This is from Monkey Moon. And we're going to use this, if you can see, I'll try to get it actually a bit better for you. These gorgeous like ribbons in here. What, right? Like, what the heck? I want to envision these ribbons kind of floating through, right, as I aim in. That's what I picture anyway, that's what I see. And we're just going to send in these affirmations, these intentions of being open to this and being open to approach it from a new way, a way you haven't before. You've changed, you've grown, you're more free, you're more independent, you're more detached in a loving way. You're more respectable of others' boundaries. You hold your own boundaries and your head higher as well. You come into this not with a chip on your shoulder, but an understanding, right? And a opportunity for compromise, not to subject yourself to clearing out all the things, you know, wiping the chalkboard of all the things you require in an individual to partner with, but just an approach, right? Because I think that we all have these, or we've all kind of been brought up, or our friends tell us stuff. A lot can get in your head, and you're the one who's going to recognize this, right? You're going to know what's best for you. So we want those intentions to flow through, again, to activate below the surface all of these concepts of the new reality, of the I don't need to complete anyone, and I don't need anyone to complete me. We're whole. We both bring it. Rad, like, let's go from there. Sorry, these words are not great. It's more of the energy, right? So, we're gonna swirl. And just pure activation. I don't know what you need, right? So the intention is to channel whatever is best for you. Whatever you need, whatever would serve you most in your romantic, your partnered, your love. What do you desire? What do you offer, right? How can that be expressed? How can that move and flow through you, through your words, how you carry yourself, how you show love to yourself each day? We're just swirling. And kind of wave it down through all the points so they're all attuned to this activation, to this understanding of a new paradigm in your love. Something you've never seen before, something you've never felt before, something that almost surprises you but doesn't. Something that makes you feel seen and heard. Something that challenges you to be your best self. Something that motivates you, that inspires you, that comforts you. Something that makes you feel lucky and grateful every moment, every day. All you have to do is think about it, and you can get there. Something that helps you see yourself more clearly. Something that helps you hold yourself accountable. Something that pulls, perhaps, for some of you, or awakens rather, some desires and pulls them to the surface. I'm picking up a little fear, so I'm going to put this down. You know what? I think I want to use something different, actually. I'll come back to this. So I'm going to use our little candle here. And I'm just gonna... I'm sorry you can't see. I'll just do this. I'm just aiming this fire, directing it down to the root area. We just want to transmute that fear. The fear of getting close to someone, that fear of abandonment, that fear of, but won't this end? Something like that. The fear of not being accepted. The fear of being judged. The fear of how different you might be now than how you were the last time around, right? We're just transmuting all of that. You might feel some warmth. Shouldn't feel uncomfortable, but just some warmth. Focus your energy to your roots. See a fire. It could be like a little candle. You might see yourself building a fire, or even using a magnet or something, or a magnifying glass, excuse me. we're just shifting that fear into a trust that this is the path. It's part of your path to fall in love. It's part of your path to have these experiences. There's no reason to fear. I'm gonna call this flame up through the chakras, through the energy points, through sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown. Just clear out the old, clear out the fear, clear out those impulses that lead to reactions that you're not really looking to have, the things that make you feel out of control. Channel and call in the activations within yourself to release, to bring in, to release, to call in this new, this fresh, this different perspective, this more mature, more equal understanding. I can only speak from, the position of a, female, right? But I know I was kind of brought up with the pairing between my parents' terrible relationship and fighting and, never knowing if someone loved you, that kind of thing, versus this storytelling, this fantasy, like Hollywood, Disney kind of thing as well. And it's like just so black and white. It's so opposing, so contrasting that it's up to us. And I only learned this in the last few years, but it's up to me, it's up to us to redefine this middle ground, right? Where you're not doing everything, but you're not expecting someone else to do everything either. I know that sounds so obvious, but I know I take on a lot. I'm a Cancer. Cancers are pretty giving in relationships. And it can be harder to receive. I'm seeing, I know it's going to sound really ridiculous, but I'm seeing bouquets, I'm seeing white dresses. And this might be a shift. This might be different than how you expected it. You might find yourself wanting something different in forms of tradition. Or you might want something quite traditional. It's okay. I don't mean to say that holds no space. Of course it does. I want that openness. I want to release the tunnel vision and just expand, expand, empower yourself more. focus on calling through a divine intelligence, connecting with an intelligence that wakes up your organs, as in the associations of the organs, wakes up your cells, activates your cells, activates the mind of the body, or the mind of the organs and the different, like esoteric anatomy places on the body, essentially, that might be holding something, or rigid, or just not being flexible with these changes. I'm going to call through this divine intelligence to activate, heighten, heal, release through the physical body. Just pull it through like you're stretching, like a bubble you make with a big rope. Work on the eyes, for how you see yourself, how you see others. Are you on a dating app? What are those preferences set at? Have you tunnel visioned your preferences of who you're open to meeting? Are you judging before you even had a conversation? Don't get me wrong, I know a lot of you are really good judges of character, but in terms of the settings, in terms of those parameters, those preferences, are you hung up on something? You're judging people off their zodiac signs a little too much. I'm joking, but kinda not, right? Some people do that. And I'm just focusing on moving this through, really calling again. I'm sorry to repeat myself, but this new paradigm of energetic flow of love and what you're capable of aligning with, and when you bring this fresh perspective to the manifestation and development of whatever your lover in this life, or lovers. I'm open, right? I see you. As long as it's healthy and supportive, consensual. Alright, I don't want to fluff up the aura too much because we're already kind of playing in the whole field so much here. So I just want to kind of gently pull it out, smooth it down. Okay. We are in Libra season at the time I'm recording this. The moon is in Pisces. Very dreamlike. Very working in the subconscious, and very much associated with the new cycle. So everything is here from an energetic perspective, even if my words don't quite do it justice. Okay. I want to suggest those of you who work with turquoise to keep doing so, or if you have a turquoise ring or pendant or piece, work with it, especially over the next 3 days or even 21 days if you're open to it. Okay. I hope you enjoyed our session tonight. I send you so much love, and thanks for allowing me to share a little piece of your path tonight. Thank you so very much to those of you in the Patreon community. At this present moment, and it will dip down a little bit as the first of the month hits, but we have 900 people over there. That is amazing. I have a goal of getting to 1111, like 1111 patrons. I'm gonna celebrate like crazy when that happens, because it just seemed like such a crazy goal for me to even set. Like, oh yeah, and now we're at like 900, and I'm like, oh my god, like holy moly, that's crazy. So thank you so much. I hope everyone is enjoying the content over there, of course. And thank you so much to those of you who I've been so blessed to work with, or that I am going to work with soon, for your Reiki training and attunements. I absolutely love these classes. They are such an honor for me, so thank you so much. And from the very bottom of my heart, I bow to the divine within you, within me, between this just limitless love that we are all connected through, and that we all hold within us. Alright, much love to you.